Hey y'all, my name is Shannon Ray. So I just wanted to jump on here real quick because I need to talk. And I realized that I've processed enough after attending an event last week that really inspired me and made me think and made me feel confirmation and re-energized. And I want to share that. Okay, so let's just get right into it. The Mahogany Moment was featuring, if you see me looking off, it's because there's another mirror right here, which is a bit bigger, but I'm still totally engaged. But the Mahogany Moment was a conference that was one day, took place here in Atlanta, and it featured some of the best, I feel, speakers. We heard from Marshawn Evans Daniels, who wrote 100 Days of Believing Bigger. We also had the opportunity to hear from Egypt Shepherd, who I absolutely love. I love all of her decor. She's so ingrained in my mind as being someone in like the real estate interior design game that I almost forgot that she had the #1 radio show in New York for quite a while. And she shared her story about being laid off and how that pivot just completely and totally changed her life and humbled her in such a way because she didn't expect God to answer her prayers in that way. She was at a point where she was feeling the need to do something different. God will absolutely propel you, provoke you, straight up push you into your next season. All you have to do is be willing to give over the reins. So I loved her talk. And then of course, the beloved, the wonderful Tabitha Brown, who again was so inspiring for so many different reasons. She had this moment where she was talking about dreams and all the things that she wanted to do in the future, the things that made her happy, the things that she was proud of, her love for her family, her husband and her children. Like it inspired me. And it also convicted me in some ways. I have been having these thoughts lately about the timing of my life, comparison issues, things like that. Social media is a tricky thing. I have such a love-hate relationship with it, if I'm being completely honest. I love the opportunities to learn and connect with people that either I don't have that much access to, would never have access to, or just enjoy content, enjoy seeing ways to style things, ways to clean things. Then I think about social media in terms of the way that I use it as a content creator myself, feeling like I don't really see a lot of people like myself, my age. I don't see a lot of people who look like me typically. I see a lot of Black women, but I'm talking about this Black woman, wide nose, natural hair, who still feels beautiful, who still feels completely capable, but who might not be in her 20s anymore. I was watching a video the other day and saw this woman, she's like 24, 25, beautiful young lady, gorgeous. And I love to follow her because she's fun and effervescent. I was watching her buy her first home at 25 and I remember feeling so proud of her. But the next thought that came was like, you've never done that. Let me tell you something about those intrusive thoughts. No matter how old you get, how successful you are, they still manage to creep in. And so as I was having that thought of, gosh, you haven't even done that yet, you gotta get on your game, I was reminded that there are things that I've done that people will never be able to do. I've left situations that people are still struggling through. And that's not to down anybody else. That's simply to remember that I have wins too. And some of my wins don't come out in the materialistic form at this time. And some of my wins really are internal. And there are things that people will never know that I've overcome because they're just that personal to me. At this conference, I listened to people like Just Witty and other content creators talk about that battle with feeling like maybe their video is cringy, maybe their content is cringy, maybe they won't like this. When I was a kid, I really dressed a lot more freely. My mom really let me get into my sense of style, my sense of fashion. I remember wearing these patent leather shoes. They were like, they tied up and they were black patent leather. I really liked them, but that wasn't cool at my school. I grew up in a place that was a little more country. When you're coming to school in patent leather shoes, for whatever reason, they played me. I remember coming home and feeling like, I'm not gonna wear these anymore because I'm not gonna get played like that again. And my mom saw me put them up and not take them back out. And she was like, you were so excited to get those shoes. Why aren't you wearing those shoes? And I was like, Mommy, they're picking on me. And I remember her saying, the same people that pick on you today will be copying you tomorrow. Be who you are. As I'm listening to this conference and listening to people talk about the persistence that's necessary in order for them to get to the other side of their goals, as I'm listening to Tabitha Brown talk about being a trained actress for, I think it was something like 17 years before she just happened to go into Whole Foods one day and make a video about how much she loved a breakfast sandwich and it changed her entire life. I kept thinking about how many times I've talked myself out of posts, how many times I've kind of shied away from sharing the fact that I've written 2 books that I haven't even published yet, but I'm working on it. This really pivotal thought came to me as I was walking into the conference. I believe that God gives all of us just enough time to do everything that He has ordained for us. We just wait too long to start. We let imposter syndrome get in our heads. We let the fear of rejection get in our heads. We let comparison get in our heads and make us think that we're not worthy, make us think that we're not smart enough or dynamic enough or stylish enough or creative enough. I sat on TikTok the other day and I was scrolling trying to find someone more like me. I am 37. I am no longer married. I have never purchased my own home. And if I'm being really honest, I went through something that put me in a financial strain that it really took a while to get out of. And so a lot of times I sit there and I look for someone like me. This social media thing feels like a younger woman's game. And every time I'm looking online, someone is telling me how people my age, women like me, specifically Black women, are not desirable. Women like me with this natural hair do not fit the European beauty standard, but I feel so successful. I turned around something that was meant to destroy me and built a person that I can finally trust. I built a relationship with God that is so gorgeous and so beautiful that if I could show it to you in the physical, I would, but it's so much bigger than that. To say that someone like me isn't successful because of those material things would be such a lie. And I dishonor myself every time I try to go out and compare. The reason I can't find that person, this woman that I'm looking for, is because I'm meant to be it. And so maybe I will always have 50 views on a video. Maybe I'll always have just under 1,000 subscribers. I don't care. Because when you go looking for a woman who's a little bit older, when you go looking for a woman who doesn't have all of the things that society says that you should have in order to seem successful, you'll find me. I'll be here. And I think that that's enough. When I think about where I am now and what my definition of success is, I realize how many things have really changed compared to, even 5 years ago. 2 words come to mind when I think of success and the way it should look on me, the way I want it to be for me. The first is love. Love is a principle that governs me. I want to love people. I want to love myself well. I want to fill up my cup so deeply that everyone attached to me is impacted by it. The other word is freedom. I want to free myself of all of the pressures that I've put upon myself, that I've accepted, the pressures that I've accepted from society as to what it is to be a successful person in this world. I have great relationships with my family and my friends. I work hard. I enjoy the life around me. I have joy in my life. I smile from a genuine place. I give from a genuine place. I don't feel any lack around me. And I truly believe that that is true freedom. That is true success. Yeah, a year from now, we'll be talking about my books that I finally released. A year from now, we'll be talking about the things that I've accomplished. But I want the same feeling that I have right now to stay with me, which is as I am right now is more than enough. As I show up right here, right now, it's more than enough. And I think the same of you. Anyways, I'm gonna stop rambling. I hope it makes sense. I really just wanted to share my thoughts where I am right now and maybe encourage someone else who is thinking that maybe how they're showing up or what they're doing isn't enough. It is. Stay consistent, stay disciplined, and keep walking on your word. I hope you enjoyed this Get Ready With Me. This is my everyday face, so this wasn't some special makeup thing. I am not an MUA. I'm just a regular Zaguilla girl getting ready for work. And so I hope you enjoyed it. I love you. I hope you have the best day ever, and I will see you on the next video.